First question: the food processing sector can play a critical role in helping farmers receive better price than minimum support price. Comment: the food processing industry has emerged one of the important segments in terms of its contribution to the Indian economy, and particularly to farm income. Contribution of farmers' income. So it has a critical role. So it has a critical role in strengthening rural economy, and its brings about synergy between consumer industry and agriculture. Synergy between consumer industry and agriculture. A well developed food processing industry is expected to increase farm gate prices, reduce wastage, ensure value addition, promote crop diversification, generate employment opportunities as well as export earning. Okay, so here well developed food processing industry is expected to increase farm gate prices, reduce wastage and others. Okay, this sector gives employment to a lot of women. This offers income opportunities to farmers. This sector gives employment to a lot of women. This offers income opportunities to farmers, and in the dryland areas that traditionally grow only pulses and millets. So here this offers income opportunities for farmers in the dryland areas that traditionally grow only pulses and millets. And integrated developments is contemporary technologies such as electronics, material sciences, computer biotechnology, etc. helps in progress. Opening global markets helps in export both traditional foods and processed foods, and thus boosting farm incomes and employment opportunities. Proper value addition of agriculture produce could eventually lower the demand for a hike or in minimum support price. So, proper value addition of agriculture produce could eventually lower the demand for a hike of in minimum support price. So first, it's the second question. Parliamentary reform plays a crucial role establishing parliamentary democracy in India. Discuss features of 1909 Council Act. So 1909 Council Act, its feature is increase the size of the Legislative Council, both central and provincial, and allowed the provincial legislative council to have non-official majority, and enlarge the deliberative function of the Legislative Council of both the levels. Members were elected to ask supplementary questions, move resolution on the budget, and so on. So increase the size of Legislative Council, both central and provincial, and allowed the provincial Legislative Council to have non-official majority. Enlarged the deliberative functions of the Legislative Council of both the levels. Members were allowed to ask supplementary questions, have move resolution on the budget, and so on. Provided for the association of Indians with the Executive Council of the Viceroy and Governors, and introduced a system of communal representation for Muslims by accepting the concept of separate electorate. Role of parliamentary democracy. Parliamentary democracy is premised on the fact that highest vote winning party in the legislature forms the government. So parliamentary democracy is premised in the fact that highest vote winning party in the legislative forms the government. Thus, the legislative and executive are intrinsically linked. MM reforms allowed a non-official majority in the legislature. They allowed the participation of Indians in executive directly. MM reforms allowed non-official majority in the legislature. Also, they allowed the participation of Indian in executive directly. Though the act appeared to be an attempt of associating the Indians with the administration, it was practically to a ploy of tighten the British grip on Indian soil by dividing the electorate and communal lines. So next question: what are the internal migration of in India and also discuss the impact of migration on place of origin and place of destination. So our answer: internal migration is the movement within national boundaries. So within national boundaries, it is mainly it involves migration from rural area to urban spaces in search of livelihood opportunities. Causes of internal migration. So push factor causes of internal migration. So mainly here push factor here and pull factor. Important push factor is here agrarian distress and natural calamities. Agrarian distress and natural calamities. You can see, and social stratification and victimhood. Conflict, drought, famine, and extreme religious activity. Pull factor, the push factor here you can see agrarian distress and natural calamities, social stratification and victimhood, and conflict, drought, famine, and extreme religious activity. Pull factor: better paying jobs in urban area, better health and educational facilities, and quality of life and impact of migration or place of origin and place of destination. Place of origin: migration of males has led to feminization of agriculture in rural area. So migration of males has led to feminization of agriculture in rural area. Okay, migration also takes their skills and knowledge back with them to the rural area. Improved quality of living in rural area due to remittance. On destination, it is mainly the rising of contribution of cities to India's GDP would not be possible. The rising of contribution of cities of India, contribution of cities to India's GDP would not be possible without migration and migrant workers. Pressure on the resource and governance in urban areas, poor quality of living in the slums. Often it leads to conflict because local fields deprive their jobs. Often it leads to conflict between local fields deprive their jobs. Okay. What do you understand by social empowerment? What do you think? Empowerment is more important. So do you think more empowerment is more important than economic empowerment? Discuss with example. What is social empowerment? Do you think social empowerment is more important than economic empowerment? So answer: it is the process of developing a sense of autonomy and self-confidence. Okay, and changing the discourses that exclude poor people and give them poverty. It is the process of developing a sense of autonomy and self-confidence, and changing disclosures and exclude poor people to and keep them poverty. And the importance of social empowerment, like taking or the example of empowerment of women. Despite high tech or economic empowerment, women continue to face social discrimination. Many women, even in powerful positions, are facing problems in class of selling and sexual harassment. Recent instance of Me Too point to this problem. Women working in their job, women working in the other job face sexual harassment and discriminatory wages, or the other examples of SC, ST, and minority communities. Despite reservation that economically empowered the communities, they continue to face social discrimination. Also, many socially discriminatory practices continue to exist in the community despite their economic progress, that is triple talaq. Therefore, social empowerment is essential to complete economic empowerment of a community or an individual. So, thank you.